Hello everyone, welcome back to my second channel. Welcome to Jack in the Books. Today I'm filming my favourite type of video to film on this channel, and that is a book haul. Because I might have said somewhere, there is perhaps evidence to suggest that I said that I was going on a book buying ban. Well, it's over. The book buying ban is done. You know, restrictions have been lifted, and I'm back on my bullshit. So, welcome back everyone. Although, I have to say, these are all books that I have bought for upcoming YouTube videos on my main channel. For the first part of the year, I was trying to find ways of incorporating the books that I already owned into video concepts. Now, we're just going free reign. We're just buying books again, specifically for videos. And so that is what I've done, and I'm going to share with you what I've bought, do a little haul, basically to give you a little teaser of some upcoming videos on my main channel, and also to justify my bad spending habits. Okay, great, let's go. Firstly, this book. I have been eyeing this up for ages. Every time I go into the bookstore, I'm giving her the eyes, I'm thinking, we belong together. And finally, I have come up with a video concept which can incorporate this book into it. This is something I also do a lot. I feel like in these videos I get to really share my video creating process. On one hand, I look at the books I already own and try to work out video concepts where I can read a bunch of them and turn it into something cool. On the other hand, when I go into bookstores, I see a bunch of books that I really want to read, and I try to come up with a way of making content around those specific books. And so I'm going to do a video on translated literature, so just reading books that have been translated into English for a week. And this is one of them. This is At Night All Blood is Black. Firstly, belter of a title, absolute banger. So we follow two of the many Senegalese soldiers fighting in the Great War. Together they climb dutifully out of their trenches to attack France's German enemies, until one of them is wounded and dies in a shell hole with his belly torn open. The other guy is now alone and lost amidst the savagery of the conflict. He devotes himself to the war, to violence and death, but soon begins to frighten even his own team. How far will he go to make amends to his dead friend? This is a hypnotic, heartbreaking rendering of a mind hurtling towards madness. I might start referring to all of my breakdowns as a heartbreaking rendering of a mind hurtling towards madness, you know. It's got a ring to it, but this sounds absolutely devastating and beautiful, and I simply have to read it. And also, it won the 2021 International Booker Prize, so it came home with me, and I cannot wait. The next book, slightly different. This is The Hating Game. This is a book that my friend Noelle absolutely adores. I think she has a tattoo for this book, I think. I love Noelle, she's a brilliant booktuber, and I trust whatever she says, so I'm going to be reading this for a video that I'm doing on romance books. Lucy Hutton, baker of cakes, charming assistant, and professional nice girl, is waging war. She's a different type of war, I think, between these two. She's got the whole office on her side, except for tall, dark, and charmless Joshua Templeman. He's been nothing but hostile since the moment they met, and now it feels like nothing matters as much as taking him down. I feel like she's going to be taking him down alright. So, Lucy Hutton and Joshua Templeman, classic romance names, love it. Looking forward to reading that one and seeing what the hype is about. I also think it's just been made into a film, so I'd be interested to read the book and then watch the film as well. Next up, we have The Spanish Love Deception. This has had so much hype on YouTube, on TikTok, huge in BookTok and BookTube, and so I feel I simply have to get around to reading it. And again, this is for my romance books video. Let's have a look at the blurb, shall we? Also, really confused by this massive amount of empty space on the cover, but and like the random clip art all over the place. It's giving budget, I'm not gonna lie, but I've heard it's great. So, Catalina Martin desperately needs a date for her sister's wedding, especially when her little white lie about her American boyfriend has spiraled out of control. Now, everyone she knows, including her ex-boyfriend and his fiancé, will be there. She only has 4 weeks to find someone willing to cross the Atlantic for her and aid in her deception. I would do that happily. Where do I sign up? New York City to Spain is no short flight, and family won't be easy to fall. But even then, when Aaron Blackford, the 6'4", blue-eyed pain in the arse, offers to step in, she's not tempted even for a second. Why? Never has there been a more aggravating, blood-boiling, and insufferable man. Wow, don't hold back, damn. Okay, so I'm getting similar enemies to lovers vibes from those two books. Another very similar cover. Are we sensing a theme here? I am, although I much prefer this one. This is the Kiss Quotient, and I'm seeing lots of numerical figures on the front and equations, so I'm feeling like this is going to be mathsy, and I definitely do words, not numbers, so we'll see. It's high time for Stella Lane to settle down and find a husband, or so her mother tells her. This is no easy task for a wealthy, successful woman like Stella, who also happens to have Asperger's. Analysing data is easy, handling the awkwardness of one-on-one dates is hard. This is so interesting because I haven't read anywhere near enough books about neurodivergent people, so this is definitely a big priority for me to get around to reading, and again, it is for my romance books video. So, I don't know if you'll have seen, but on my main channel I did a video where I read the top recommended books on BookTube, and most of these romance recommendations came from that list, because even though they weren't the top recommended, they were still very highly recommended, and so I mostly took my picks from that list and didn't really read too much into the plot, because I wanted to do a complete, like, first reaction on the channel. So that's coming up, as is this one. This is Shipped by Angie Hockman, and it's about a marketing manager who barely has time for herself, let alone family, friends, or dating. But when she's shortlisted for her dream promotion, the sacrifices finally seem worth it. And I'm pretty sure these two go to a desert island somewhere. Where is it? Where do they go? Oh, the Galapagos Islands, nice! And they are competing for a job. And this says they're trying to find the line between loathing and liking, which is thinner than a postcard. Love it. Okay, so that's coming up too. Next up, Honey Girl. I think I might have actually heard mixed reviews on this one. I'm not sure. But I'm intrigued to read it and make my own opinion. With her newly completed PhD in astronomy in hand, damn, Grace Porter goes on a girls' trip to Vegas to celebrate, as you should. She's a straight-A, hard-working high achiever. She is not the kind of person who goes to Vegas and gets drunkenly married to a woman whose name she doesn't know. I'm gonna guess that's what she does. Until she does exactly that. Okay, so that's the plot, and we'll see what I think about it. Then we have One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. Loved Red, White and Royal Blue. They are a brilliant author. Sometimes love stops you in your tracks. So this is set in New York City. It's a sapphic love story, falling in love with a girl on the train. Jane is dazzling, charming, mysterious, impossible Jane. You know what I find so funny is how regularly people in romance books are described as impossibly, insert compliment here. Like, they're always impossibly beautiful, impossibly handsome, an impossibly brilliant dress. Jane is simply impossible. So we shall see. A lot of these books actually have like cartoon versions of the protagonists on the cover, which is quite interesting. I guess it gives you a bit of an image to start imagining, because I suppose a lot of the romance genre relies on you visualizing these two people doing the deed. So they're giving you a little head start by being like, look, they're sexy. Just their cartoon iteration is very sexy. So enjoy, have fun, my friends. Read the damn book. Okay, before we carry on, I just wanted to let you know that today's video is very, very kindly brought to you by Surfshark. Friends of the channel, we absolutely love Surfshark. And it's also something I use every single day, so it's such a privilege to get to work with them on these videos and bring you more content thanks to them. If you don't know by now, Surfshark is a VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network. It gets more elaborate every time I say it, and I'm kind of enjoying that. And what this basically means is two things. Firstly, if you are using public Wi-Fi, then Surfshark will encrypt the data that your laptop or computer is sending to the internet and to the websites, which basically protects your data, makes it very hard for you to be hacked, which is great, because that would really kill the main character sitting in a coffee shop working moment if you then, you know, if your Instagram gets hacked into. Not ideal. The second thing that Surfshark is absolutely brilliant for is being able to change your virtual location. Much cheaper than a plane ticket. You can basically just change the location of your computer and device, and then you can access websites like Netflix from different countries in the world. So if the US version of Netflix has a show that UK Netflix doesn't have, you can now watch it. You are welcome, my friends. And so, if you would like to get 83% off Surfshark, which is insane, by the way, as well as 3 months free. Yes, you heard that correctly. Head to the link down below, use the code JBooks, and knock yourself out, my friend. Enjoy. And massive shout out to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. I love ya. Okay, next book that I bought is this one. This is They by Kay Dick. Firstly, great cover, absolutely cracking. It's described by Margaret Atwood as a creepily prescient tale in which anonymous mobs target artists for the crime of individual vision, insidiously horrifying. And I actually think this is a book that was published quite a long time ago and didn't sell very well the first time, but is now even more poignant and relevant and brilliant, and so it's sort of like a lost gem that's been republished by Faber, we love Faber. You can always rely on Faber for a banging cover and also a brilliant book. So I am excited to read. Next up, this is for a very highly anticipated video and a very highly requested video, and that is reading every book that Andrew Garfield has recommended. I get tagged a million times a day on TikTok in videos about Andrew Garfield's reading habits, and I'm finally doing it, guys. I'm finally doing it. So this is the first book, Upstream by Mary Oliver. I know a lot of people who love Mary Oliver and have never read any of her work, so I'm pretty sure this is an essay collection, I want to say. Yeah, a collection of essays in which revered poet Mary Oliver reflects on her willingness to lose herself within the beauty and mysteries of the natural world and the world of literature, emphasising the significance of her childhood friend Walt Whitman, who inspired her to vanish into the world of her own writing. Oh, very intrigued to know if they were actually friends, or whether she's talking about, like, she imagined she was friends with Walt Whitman. When was this first published? How old is Mary Oliver? So many questions I don't know the answers to. By the way, I just squeaked the book with my thumb. It wasn't a fart. I just want to clarify that. I didn't fart. Okay, moving on. The next couple of books, I think. Oh yeah, the last few books are for my literature and translation video. So we have A Man Called Ove. At first, I thought it said A Man Called Ovi, and I was like, is this a book about Ovi from Love Island? Because if so, now I want to read it. Unfortunately, it's not, but I think it will still be, great. I actually went to Ovi from Love Island's party one time. It was really cool. He was very nice. And one of those days where I was like, what is my actual life? Like, why? How is this happening? Anyway, Ove, not Ovi, ignoring Ovi for now, Ove is almost certainly the grumpiest man you will ever meet. He thinks himself surrounded by idiots, joggers, neighbours who can't reverse a trader properly, and shop assistants who talk in code. But isn't it rare these days to find such old-fashioned clarity of belief and deed? Such unswerving conviction about what the world should be and a lifelong dedication to making it just so? In the end, you will see, there is something about Ove that is quite irresistible. Damn, I want to read this so badly. Yikes, my camera battery died, as it does every time I film. I was trying to tell you how much I love this book, and then the camera said, go read it then. Stop talking about it. I'm gonna switch off. You go read it. But I wasn't quite done with the video. So we're back. The sun is all over the place. Sorry about it. That's also the answer that my parents give when people ask them how their children are. They're like, the sun all over the place. Anyway, this is a book I'm very excited to read, and I believe it has been translated from Swedish, which is cool because I don't think I've ever read a Swedish book, so really looking forward to that. Then we have two more. This one is called The Discomfort of Evening. 10-year-old Jazz has a unique way of experiencing her universe, the feeling of udder ointment on her skin as protection against harsh farmyard winters. I had to double check that I actually read that correctly. Udder ointment, okay. Udder ointment, what on earth is that? As in from cows. There are cows on the bottom here. This is gonna be an adventure. The texture of green warts like capers on migrating toads. The sound of blush words that aren't in the Bible. But when a tragic accident ruptures the family, her curiosity warps into a wild vortex of disturbing fantasies, unlocking a darkness that threatens to derail them all. The text, the font on the back of this book is so hard to read. My eyes are really struggling here. My contact lenses said, no sir, not today. Anyway, this won the International Booker Prize in 2020. I think I've butchered reading the blurb to you. So maybe look it up. But it sounds fascinating and intriguing. Stuck on udder ointment. What on earth is udder ointment? Is that just milk? I don't know. Udder ointment. What? Or like something that you put on udders to help protect the cows? I don't know. You're gonna have to tune in to my books in translation video to find out. It's the journey we're all gonna go on together, truly. And this was translated, I think, from Portuguese? Oh, it's been translated from Dutch. Okay, so The Discomfort of Evening. I've left this with more questions than answers, and I'm looking forward to the video now. And then finally, for this haul of the books that I have bought recently for videos, is When We Cease to Understand the World. Another brilliant title. It's described as a monstrous and brilliant book by Philip Pullman. At breakneck pace and with wondrous detail, this uses the imaginative resources of fiction to break open the stories of great scientists and mathematicians who have expanded our notions of the possible. As they grapple with the most profound questions of existence, these troubled men have strokes of unparalleled genius. They also alienate friends and lovers and descend into isolated states of madness. Big trend here of people going mad. Doesn't bode well. Some of their discoveries revolutionise our world for the better, others pave the way to chaos and unimaginable suffering. For sometimes, discovery brings destruction. Damn. am. Some of these blurbs are so well written as well, like, I cannot wait to sink my teeth into that. So those are the books that I bought for some upcoming videos. Just gonna quickly pose for a thumbnail because otherwise I always forget. That's the behind the scenes look at being a YouTuber, baby. And I have 2 channels as well, so it's double the trouble, seriously. Anyways, I cannot wait to make those videos for you. I cannot wait to read those books and review them, let you know what I think. As always, don't forget you can subscribe to this channel and my main one to see those videos when they come out. Massive shout out to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. And until next time, all the best, stay in touch, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye!